Stealthburner time. So, I know right off the bat, I ordered the correct stepper. I've got the correct fan. I do not have the correct two N3x50 socket head screws. So, whoops. But we're going to carry on, see how far we can get, see if we can get some drag chains put on. We finished our Toolhead PCB and breakout PCB and wire harness on a separate video, but those are ready to go, so hopefully that makes the next part somewhat easy. Looks like we're going to need the old heat insert tool, a bag of Stealthburner parts, a stepper motor, some LA days, and I've got some of this left over. I used like 2 feet of it. I don't know if that's going to be too big for routing inside of there. I'm thinking yeah, which is a bummer. What is this? Identify yourself. None of it's marked. Feels pretty good gauge-wise though. I wonder. Ah, there we go. 22. So I've got 20. I have some 24 gauge. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So that's. Just a little bit there. All right. Small. Keel covers. So first up, looks like we've got this guy. One there, one. So one there, and then one up on that inside spot. Easy enough. I tried to find some N3x50 socket head screws locally to no avail. Took the guy at Ace about 2 seconds to say no. You're missing a market, buddy. It's like in a recessed spot where I can't flip it over and smash it against the table like I like to. This one's not safe though. Then I know a couple of these have a note that I haven't seen before where it says they need to be recessed below the surface. And I don't remember if it says how far below the surface. This one, it's pretty obvious that there's a hole. There's a big shoulder. It sits within a shouldered spot. So I think I'm gonna try and just go a little further than normal. It's not poking or pushing out of anywhere, so that's good. Page one, done, easy. More on this page. Okay, so we've got this guy, and that's beveled edge right there. Let me actually. Come on. Come on. A little bit more. There we go. Okay. All right, so this one has the little chamfer right there, so we know we're orientated right, and we're going to get one there, and one on that second in from the right. I think. I accidentally laid this old soldering iron or heat set tool, whatever we're going to call it, up against a plastic bag, not like, just brushed it up against it real quick, and it's got a bunch of crap burning off of it, which now is super nice. One down here in the end, and I think we're actually going to put one up there too because we're doing the PCB, but I'm not going to jump ahead of myself. Start sticking these where I'm not 100% sure they're going. What could go wrong there? So on the back side, 1, 2, and 3, and it looks like the top and bottom ones need to be recessed below the surface. Doesn't say how much, but it does show it just being a smidge. I don't know why, but I'm not going to ask that question. Not yet. Later. Still do that just to get that plastic pushed back down. It's not coming out the back yet, so we're going to go just a smidge further. You can see it right there. Oh, no, you can't see anything. You can see. Yeah, it's coming through right there. A little. Do it. How close are we gotta get? Come on. Come on. Ah! So, hopefully that's far enough. I'm sure we're gonna find out if it's not. So top hole, and then this bottom one gets the other one. Ooh, see? That got to just about the point where it started to come out the other side, and it's almost, I think I'm going to push it back just a hair. Yeah, that one was super close, and it looks like it might have just barely bulged out. This one also gets one, but I don't think it needs to be recessed. All right, done. Optional PCB ones. So one of these is going to be fun, and one of these is not. This one, no big deal. Minus the scorching hot insert that I'm touching with the back of my hand. Ah, did it again. Still hot. That was me. Now we're playing hot potato. I don't know which one of those is still 9,000 degrees, but. All right, so now we've got to get this into there without touching that. That's not going to happen. So let's actually, we're just going to take that one off. We're going to start with a cold one. Ooh, there it is. So this is the one that is sitting, come on, right there, but to go straight down at it, the soldering iron hits this piece. So I'm just gonna set it in its spot like that, and then kind of give it some sideways. I'm not actually putting the tool in the right way, so to speak. But I think as long as we keep a good eye on it, good downward pressure, make sure not to go too far, go just a smidge more on the back. There we go. Oh yeah. And we'll set that off to let it think about what it did. All right, so chain guide. So done. Chain guide. 3 holes need them, and then 1 hole on the back here gets it. And looking at the picture, there's a small little hole, and that's facing upwards in the picture. So we're gonna heat insert the bottom, and then those 3. So bring him right back. Do the bottom one before I forget what I just said. And then the top 3. Okay. One of these little, I think this guy. So up with the little, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, the heat insert goes there. It doesn't matter how it's orientated. And then this arm, which looks like it is, so that gets one and that gets one. The heat insert needs to sit flush or slightly below the surface of the printed part. And the axis of the hole doesn't match kind of the arc of the shape. The hole's actually kind of at a slight, I don't want to say downward, but it's more straight across. So and recessed it just a smidge. Nailed it, hopefully. Now we're gonna start putting something together. All right, so we're gonna clip on, I believe, that piece to this piece, and we get a note that says this part has tight tolerances. If it doesn't fit together well, the printed parts are likely over extruded. So hopefully they do. Oh yeah. Ah, yeah. I'm gonna put it down as they fit well. With an M3 by 16 socket head screw. M3 by 16. Nope, those are 12s. M3 by 16 socket head. Snug. Bondtech kit. Bondtech. So inside here, big gear, thumb screw, drive 1, drive 2, something, bearing, pin, really small set screw, and spring. Lubricate the bearings. I don't know if this is right or if this is wrong. I'm sure there's 3,000 opinions on Reddit, but we're gonna give it some rail grease. And look for a quote-unquote light grease. I don't know. The color's kind of light. It's not a dark grease. It's better than what's on it now. Oh, yeah. So light coating on there, plus both bearings. And I think we'll probably, just for the sake of it, put a little bit right there. And then just kind of work that around for a second. Maybe if there's a bunch of excess, maybe we'll wipe it off. Probably not. All right, so we're also using one of these, which I think are identical. It doesn't call out any identifying factor, so you are the chosen one. Make sure to orient the idler assembly as shown. One of these doesn't want to go. I remember seeing something about, like, if it doesn't fit, don't force it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'm gonna wipe this off before I touch everything I own. Oh, wait, we missed a step. We didn't install it. Key step. Click, snap, crackle, pop. it do be a tight fit. So I wonder if we take, are the bearings supposed to fit completely within? They are, based on the picture. So, oh, dang it. That little set screws probably. Is it the world's smallest set screw? Ah, shoot. Oh, man. Yep. Yes, it is. Hold on, hold on. Shooting bag to the rescue. I do believe one of these should be small enough as long as we luck out and it is metric. Which, now that I say that out loud, probably means... Okay, wait a second. So these are not the same. One has its set screw and one does not. Huh! And it fits like a glove. Figure that. Oh, and it fits like a glove. Glovish. Yeah, it's like no. I'm not focusing on that. You focus on that. Alright. A note on springs. Use the real spring. If you don't use the real spring, use a spring that's close. So there's a little washer right here, and that's not. That wasn't. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't. No. Let's take a break before we say something we're gonna regret. There's two bearings in here that it is in there. See? Blatantly didn't even empty the case. So there's our little thing. So we've got our thumb screw with a spring and a little plastic washer that closely, come on, someday I'll figure that out, closely matches the color of the case. So buyer beware there. Now we're going to hold like that with that socket head screw facing up. This piece with the weird insert with the notch facing up. There's a little tiny groove on the back side. That's what that notch fits into. So it actually just holds it. And then thread that piece in. It's at a little bit of an angle, I think. There we go. Straighten it out. Perfect. Mazel tov. Alright, next. So we're going to be using the shaft with the two bearings. The bearings must slip on and off the shaft easily to allow the gear to self-center. Now, do we or do we not put anything on the shaft? That was pretty easy. That's pretty easy. I think we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Ask for forgiveness. In a month when I'm troubleshooting this, they're gonna be like, "You didn't put grease on that, did you?" It didn't say to put grease on it. Whoops. Anyways, just a very light coating, just where the bearings go. Okay, so this guy, one of the bearings. Gets pressed into Fully seat the bearing into the plastic pocket. Apply even pressure to insert them. Avoid pressing on the inner ring of the bearing. If the fit is too tight, the printed parts are likely over-extruded. Well, we're not going to accept that as an answer, so we're just going to have to make it fit. I think the hardest part here is just keeping it centered, because you can't put it in at an angle. I know I'm venturing off the edge of the screen here, but don't watch. Ah, it doesn't work. Oh, it'll watch. It'll work over here because I have a hole. Can you see that? Ah, man. I've got a couple holes in the workbench for another piece of equipment. And if I use it just right. Huh. Really? I keep feeling like it's going in, and then as soon as I pull, so that's fully seated against the back. Okay, so it's not a flush fit. It looks like it is gonna. Now we gotta move this back. So it's not a perfectly flush fit, but if you look at the back, you can see, figure it out, that it is up against the back. There is a small little piece of, I think that's still on. I don't know if we need that. I'm gonna turn it off. There's a small little piece of plastic that's, there we go. Nice, nice. Okay. I think that's flush. Nope, I guess I was wrong. I guess it does go in there flush. Instantly stand corrected. It does, in fact, fit flush. And it just kind of like really, you can see the back looks a little stressed, but I think that's okay. It does fit in easily. The other bearing is going to go inside that housing, which is going to be even more fun to press on. I don't know if this is a thing with 3D printed parts, but I am going to put just a tiny bit of grease on the bearing and see if that maybe makes our life any easier at all. Survey says probably not. Huh. That one's going to be tricky because you need if you had like a dowel that was the exact outer size, that would be nice. You know, back in the day, we always used to just use sockets and extensions. But it is in there, and it's flush with the top, so we're gonna go with it. M3x6 flathead screw. I hope that M3x6 button head and 3x6 flathead screw. So it looks like we've got some more of it's a game of nope, nope. All right. So this guy goes in that angled one. I have no idea what it's doing, but it's there. Moderately snug. Their picture makes it look like it's actually a little recessed. Or not recessed, not seated. That's the word we were looking for. Poorly made gears often cause print quality issues. Use factory parts. It looks like now we're going to do our initial install of the drive gear. We're going to Loctite it. And since Loctite doesn't instantly cure, we've got a second to work with it. I do think, never mind. I don't know. Hold on. So we need to carefully remove. Right, now I need the world's smallest Allen wrench. I know it's not that small, but for the sake of this, I think that's our guy. 2 millimeters. Nope, 1.5 millimeters. Remove that. Put a little thread locker on it, which let's back to this. Oh my god. That's just gonna be our thing. Alright. So gear side towards the gear. Then we just need to get over that flat spot. We can snug it down. Let's see if we can snug it to just the right area where we can, or just the right tightness where we can still get just a little bit of play. And so somebody had sent me, or they put a comment on one of my last videos, and they were talking about stepping with these, where essentially you can use this back lip as another way to measure depths, and then like if you needed to measure depth and the thickness of material on the bottom of never mind. You can just Google using these for step depths, and I was excited because I thought I was going to be able to use it already for this. But since it's right in the middle of that groove that we need to measure to, I don't think it's going to work as well. So we're going to go 15.6. And I mean, that is, oh, well, I guess we could still use the depth part. 15.6 up against the edge of the gear. We are pretty close there. Maybe just a oh, that was a big scotch. darn. Still 15.6. Now it does need to come back out. Just, I know you're actually going to align it once it's in the extruder in a minute. But I still want to try and get it very close. So now we're at 15.59, but I'm not going to mess with. I want to get it very close, but I'm not going to spend time messing with that. All right, I think that's good enough to get us where we need to for the next step. We do have thread locker on it, plenty there. So now we can put this in there. And then put that on. And there are some pieces of the actual plastic has some joints that come together too. It's not just does spin very freely. Everything seems to be pretty flush, and yeah, I think that's M3 by 25 socket head screw. What? Where are those? Oh no. So looks like I double messed up. I think they had M5 or M3 by 25. I thought it was just those 50s that I needed. All right, well, hold on. Hold on. All right, so don't have the M3 by 25 screws either. So that's falling apart. So we're actually, I paused the video while I was scouring my side of the earth trying to find something. Couldn't find it. I did take the set screw out. I have screws on order. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow or the day after. I did take the screw, like I said, I took the set screw out because I didn't want it to fully cure without having that aligned properly. So that is going to be a for later problem. I am, however, going to jump into doing the LEDs because I have a sneaky suspicion that might turn into being a little bit of a time suck. So, get this all cleaned up real quick. Sure, I'm going to end up needing another piece of hardware yet still, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The Voron build was only $900 for the Formbot kit, and then 6 easy payments of $20 to Amazon. Not that that's that big of a deal, but anyway, all right. And I'm not going to use this heavier gauge stuff. I'm not doing the clicky probe, so I'm actually going to steal this little harness that is coming out, or coming from the harness kit. And we're just going to go ahead and use that. So I think they say about, let's see. Don't need any of this, do any of this. Skip, 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 skip. See you later. We'll come back at some point. It's a lot. All right, here we go. 120 millimeters. Yes. We're going to go 130. there. And then 2 pieces of 100. It's like the worst when you have time and you're making good progress, and then something like a 30-cent screw just derails you. But that's what I get. I read enough about it where I knew I needed the stepper motor. I knew I needed the fan. And then I'm sure it said, hey, you also need some hardware. And I was like, yeah, cool story. I've got plenty of hardware. I live next to a Home Depot. Eh. What am I looking for now? So I'll go to that out of the way. This guy up. I'm about to the point where my power strip needs a power strip. Oh, God. And just drop everything real quick. All right. Really don't need much pulled off of these. Yeah, I need this much more. Pretty much to the point where I hate everything about that little camera, but that'll work. Need to go get the Roomba from downstairs and let him come up here and just have a heyday. Solder. A little cheater stand. And some LADs. About a 90% chance I'm going to break up half of them. Get there. Not a good spot for that. Uno, dos, tres. They almost look like they're pre-tinned, but I don't think they are. Get that guy going. All right. You probably don't even need that just to. Oh, you know, hold on. If we've got it, we should use it. These count as circuit under PCBs. It's like cheating. It's, there we go. Nope. Not yet. Yeah. The only thing better than soldering on circuit boards with small stuff is soldering on small circuit boards. God darn it. Probably should have left the little fan guard on there, because definitely not the first time that happened. Oh no. I bridged two of them. Well, good thing we've got a literal boatload. Not worth. Alright. So less tinning. It does seem easier to put the soldering iron on the inside of the pad, that way it's supported with the LED underneath it and you're not causing the little thing to flip right over. Oh boy. Oh boy. God, this is the worst. Easy. I'm also going to cut that. These are just going to be exposed, whatever's left, so I don't know why. In the moment, I decided to strip so much off. Since I'm going to leave one of those ones long, because that's going to get crimped into that connector. One's a little long. Oh yeah. I'm going to throw that bad LED away before it finds its way back into something. And wrecks a bunch of havoc all over. Let's see. 3 o'clock. Come on. There we go. I haven't even really started the wiring, and then just with this and yesterday's PCB project, I feel like I'm about done with the wiring. Not completed, but done. Big difference. Keep pushing this off to the side. Come on. I think that sucking in from the other side works good, but only if you are like right on top of it. Almost there. Oh, I just started that. And last but certainly not least, and we're only going to solder one side, we're not going to forget. Ah. Catch up. All right. Now, So we're gonna go and we'll do brown as, we'll do brown positive, blue signal, black ground. And we are doing the inside, the DIN side. So it's just super close. I can't even see if that's in focus for me. Let's try the next one, see what happens. Magic sparks. All right, right there, don't move. Oh yeah. Let's see. Just for peace of mind. Peace of mind. Much better. Much more better. Come on. Get up. Get up on top of it. There you go. Oh. Too far. Beggar. All right. That doesn't look super good. Oh, cool. I messed with it. Now it looks worse. Who saw that coming? Yeah. So now we're going to go 100 mil section back over. I don't know why I'm wasting the time. The little slider for zoom goes to like 500, but once you get to 800, that is... Wait a second. I was looking at this wrong. No, I mean, we're still right. I was just mentally... I was thinking this was the part LED. This is the one that's for the Voron logo. All right. 2 sets of wires. They sure look like they could use maybe some more solder, but there's just no room to, at least not for my skill set. So this will go up like that. And I'm just trying to think, is there a... The picture shows them all being... That's not. So face down, ground. Oh, because it goes over. So the wires on this next one go over the... it goes over the out and goes to in, but that's face down. So I think what we'll do then is actually we'll wire up the solo one. And then wire this one to that one, and then that one, because once you wire over, I don't want to have to try and wire under, if any of that makes sense. You're a turd. And you know it. Don't touch that. Stop it. A little off to the side, but I'm gonna allow it. Come on. Oh. So I guess that's a no? Oh no! Gosh darn it. Well, I don't think it... Maybe it's not actually touching. Where's my magnifying glass? Like, maybe the rule is if you need a magnifying glass to determine if it's touching or not, that's too close. But Actually, I think we're good. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. All right, so this one we're, excuse you, we're gonna go out. So, yeah, come on. It'd be cool if I could just like hold these all perfectly straight and then just go like bam, 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 bam. That's not the world I live in. Nice, nice. What? I don't know why. Put this down for future mistake. Hey, look, it's the future. Ooh, there we go. Now this one goes over to the inside. The din side. The din inside. Guys, this is so... solid. Off to a good start. Let's see what Blue has to say about that. Okay. My boy Brown's gonna finish us off strong here. That look right? Kind of ish. Girl. So I also need, I guess, at this point, diffuse. Let's go. So the diffuser, and that. So, oh, there's also supposed to be some, there we go. So do I just put that in, put the LED into the holder doodad, put the diffuser in the mask, it's printed, okay, yes, so the diffuser goes in. Make sure it's the correct orientation. And it's broken. Just need to get it in there, and then I don't know how close is it supposed to sit. I'm guessing like right up on it. No, actually, hold on. Hold on. Get out of there. Oh no. Don't be like that. It's not personal. Where is this supposed to sit in there even further? Is it supposed to protrude? Does the... Yes, it is supposed to. Interesting. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's interesting, but it's not. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I don't want to crack that. What do I use here to push this further in? Yeah! Nope. It looks like I'll try the other way. Maybe the other way is the magic answer. Nope. Nope. Okay, so, oh, man, like that is a super hard fit, and that's just to the point where it's flush. You're out of your damn mind. Well. Boo. I just don't think it's meant to. Okay, so wait a second. Let's. It's mirrored, so you can't test fit it that side. Let me try just kind of leaning out some of these corners. They look pretty good, but just doesn't want to go any further. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Alright, well, they're slightly, it's pushing the gray piece up now. It's slightly protruded. Take two. And part of it's just trying to get it in there. Flush. I have a tool. I have a tool. Oh yeah. Like it was made. The official Voron light diffuser installation tool. Nice. Right. So now we take our first LED from the branch, and little tab off to the right. We stick it in there, just like so. Easy. What's the next step? I did the wrong. I shouldn't have done that. So we'll do the left one. Oh, golly, come on, what are you doing? It's backwards. What are you trying to light up? The inside of this thing? Focus. One. This one goes all the way around. There's some more wires. Oh no! Well, I guess that's a good thing. I mean, it's not a good thing, but I'd rather find out about a bad connection now than later. I probably should also make it a point not to try and use the wires to get it in and out. Okay. So this one. Come on. Figure it out. All of a sudden, I feel like there's no solder on that. Golly. What am I doing? Took a big old step back here real quick. There's a 0% chance one of these wires is getting... Okay, that looks good. Now that's going to be the out one to down here, but we need to feed that wire up through... No, or, well, I guess technically, yeah. Oh, for crying out loud. I watch a couple guys on YouTube knock one of these out in 30 seconds, and they're like, yeah, this won't be a... You've just been staring at the back of my head, too. So, what if that gets held over there? It's a little tight. Much better. Hello. It's too hot to hold. Hurry up and install it. Ooh. Push on the LED, not the wires. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Maybe. And that whole little piece was broke. I have a feeling that whole little tab is not supposed to break. But it is now broken. I'm starting to think this wire might be even slightly too big of a gauge itself. One, two is in. Three is in. Let's just make sure. Tab is in. Back. The LED there we go. I think. Yeah, okay. That's in. What do we do? I might need to go back and actually redo this, but make the wiring a little shorter. I might not have. Maybe that light's not right. About a 0% chance I'm gonna get this out of here without breaking something. on the side. Oh. Well, shoot. Well, that was fun. So ran into a couple tech issues. Didn't realize we weren't recording. I was going to take this back apart just to re-record it, but no. It was a little bit of a struggle, especially with that LED, and there was just a whole lot of swearing that probably would have had to been edited out anyways. So going to take it as a win. We do have the hardware now that we were missing since we jumped forward 2 days. So we're just going to jump right back in to get in this extruder wrapped up. Alright, so where we left off, we had put the set screw in, but we removed it since we knew we weren't going to be finishing it that day. So, got everything here. Yeah, that LED and that little holder, I mean, super cool design, but man, that was a tight fit, and every time I needed to get it back out, it was just I still think I don't know if those wires are a little bit too big or not. What, Denver? What? Anyways. Anywho. So, I just need to find that world's smallest set screw that we definitely didn't lose. I was trying to find too, just during some of the downtime, where that gear goes, and it looks like we don't use it. But that's okay with me. And all of the Loctite. Take a little bit off. Spin this gear so that we can find where it goes. Got it started. Everything still fits good, spins good. I do have a little piece of test filament, so if we go down to the next page here, put the body together like we just did. Oh, now I'm supposed to actually put 2 of these screws in first. One there, and one there. Still moves. I just had piece of filament that we're gonna make sure our alignment is good with, and our favorite camera that doesn't focus on anything. That looks pretty. I think if I was to try and move it and adjust it, I would make it worse. So, line up our set screw again. And snug her down. And just for the sake of double checking, since we messed with it. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the drive alignment check. Take a piece of And then we're also supposed to make sure that the back end of the shaft isn't protruding from the back, which it's definitely not. It's got a pretty good recess there. On to the next. So now we're going to take another M3 by 25 along with our tensioner. And get that lined up there. And we want to make sure that we tighten it, but it's not to the point where the arm can't move anymore. So maybe just seating it's a better term. There we go. It's a little, so I might go back just a quarter of a turn. That's more than a quarter of a turn. Get that put away. Move those before I lose them. Yeah, that's pretty good. A lot of the friction too is just coming from how this fits inside the two body halves. Alright, and then we take another M3 by 25 and this guy and through that top second hole. Right there. So yep, once that gets pushed up, that comes down, clips, and locks the tensioner in place. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Next. Alright, so then we got the tensioner knob, and they don't give us a baseline of like where to put it tension-wise, so in the middle, I guess, ish. And then that one screw that was kind of, it's the anti-squish thingamajig, and essentially, if you back that screw out, if you go up a couple slides, I think, yeah, there's a better picture right here that shows this, it's kind of this cross-section analysis picture, and you can see that little yellow screw in there, and if you back it out, it'll actually keep the tensioning arm from going in too much and pushing the two drive gears too close together. So if you had TPU or something really soft and you're not trying to crush the filament, you can back that out a little bit and it'll actually keep those gears a minimum distance apart. So, stepper motor. Okay. LDO box here. So an M3 by 30. And we're going to drop that into that guy all the way through. And just get that started. Not going to snug it up because we need to set our backlash, which seems like it's just going to be a ton of fun. So we've got one bolt in and the other bolt's on a slotted hole so that we can slightly adjust it. And we want those two gears, you don't want to just have them meshed as hard as possible. You need the right amount of backlash, which is play between the teeth. And I'm guessing it's essentially going to become a feel thing rather than a visual thing. But I digress. A M3 by 8 and an M3 washer.
which I feel like I haven't seen an M3 washer in a moment, which is disconcerting. Cool, cool. All right, I think I've got spares. It's okay, not a big deal, not a big deal. Don't panic. No one's panicking. If I waited 2 days to get some hardware, and now I'm gonna be missing a M3. Boom. Didn't come with the kit. Came from my kit. It's gonna work. No problem. All right. Stamp side down. And it's going into this slotted channel right there, which we can access from the top. And I totally missed. There we go. All right. So barely snug. We can still, let's go a little bit less. There we go. So we can still adjust. Set gear meshing. Adjust the stepper motor position so that the motor and the extruder gear teeth are fully meshed, overlap with each other. There should be a very small gap between the faces of the gear teeth. The gears must not press tightly against each other. Check gear play. Tighten when done. So let's find. So away is more free play, and as you get closer and closer, the free play dissipates. So this is just going to be a feel thing. There's nothing I'm going to be able to say to walk you. Oh, that's the wrong screw. But you can sit here and you can rotate this gear. You've got your drive gear, and I don't know if you can hear. You can hear that rocking back and forth between the extruder. So I don't know if that's too much, not enough. It says a very small gap. So I think I'm going to try and get it just a little tighter. I want to be able to feel that there's free play, but I want as little of it as possible. See, if I go all the way down, nothing. There we go. There is a very small amount of free play there. Double check everything here. Yeah, I don't know how much tension that should have. We're just going for that, however much that is. That's the right amount. Okay. 3 by 20. 3 by 20, 20. Where? Right in front of me. So that's going to go down there. Leave it slightly loose until we get that bigger guy in there, which is going to be a... Okay, nope, I was wrong. It's much smaller. 3 by 8. Makes sense. Snug that guy back up. Okay, nice, nice. Look at that. It's looking like something. It is looking like something. All right, so now we need a M3 by 16. And we're going to open our latch. And I think we're putting on the... So we're going to drop that one all the way through. All the way through. Oh, it looks like it's threaded. I got a tight fit on this guy. So this is actually, I'm pretty sure this is going to be for our cable cover lid. And I have a custom, I kind of refined this a little bit to allow for RPCB. I don't know if this one is going to fit with RPCB because there was some, when I was looking at the CAD, when I was actually kind of, doing the preliminary design and clearance checks and all that, this gear showed to be extending past, and I don't know if maybe on my model I had accidentally moved it and then not verified that it was still aligned, but it's definitely not extruding past. So I guess we'll install this for right now. This threads into plastic. Nothing. Ooh, but can't. Okay, yeah, I think we'll be okay. I didn't know if that latch would be able to shut once. And again, going into plastic, so once it's tight, not tight, once it's seated or flush, and more importantly probably is making sure that you got a good line right there on the body, and then that hole lines up with that, which that is pretty darn good, man. This is one of those things where it's hard not to be impressed almost every step of this process just with what these guys have done and come up with. That is pretty cool design. All right, don't over tighten. Hey, access hole. The bolt drive can be accessed from the front of the extruder. The bolt drive. What is that? What we're calling that? Bolt drive? Okay. Bolt drive. All right. So before we jump any further, right there, actually, I am going to see if we can't mock up this incredibly tight PCB. I've got two different standoff sizes here. I'm going to try the smaller one, see if we can get anything out of it. Please hold. I'm going to try and slightly trim down some of these. Oh, geez. Cut some of these connectors flush on the back. Wearing your safety squints. Another pro tip is if you've broken your flush cutters that came with your first ender, don't go to Amazon. Go to Home Depot, buy the set of Klein ones. They're like $12 or $13 and they're fantastic. Anyways, back to what's not an infomercial. It's much better. I might need an M12. That might be too much. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's try. Oh, wait. I've got that on there wrong. I think this was another one of those where one of these holes is a little gummed up or a little undersized, and the other one is oversized. And I don't have anything handy, but I am going to come back and find some sort of non-conductive, just a nylon wash. See, yeah, that one just slides right in like it should. Find something to put under those two bolts just to make sure that it never wears through, and they're really only touching the ground layer minus, yeah, I think they're all just on the ground layer, or the ground fill. But for the sake of being safe and not sorry, so let's see if we can back those out just a smidge. It's gonna be tight. Tight, tight, tight. So yeah, and I had redesigned a version of this and the main body that were just, I think they were like 2 or 3 millimeters pushed out on the side right here. So everything here was untouched, and then we just slid this over just a smidge, not the mounting hole. And it just allowed for a little extra room, but like I said, I was envisioning that the PCB had to be spaced a little bit more off of the backside of the extruder than I think it actually needs to be. And keep in mind that one of the other things that's different between mine and then the original like heart boards is that that I don't know, is that, yeah, I think once we get everything up and running, we'll probably still do, see, I need like a M3 by 10, which I have. I think that might be better for this guy right here. I don't have that middle section cut out, and it's definitely not touching anything there, which is pretty cool. So let's switch that out real quick. Try one of these. Just an M3 by 10 rather than a 12. Much better. But so safety squints. Just to gain as much room as possible until we get that bigger piece put on. And I can see that there's still some room in there. All right, so I'm actually pretty happy with how that fits for the time being. Did I reinstall the long one? What am I doing? What's going on here? I wonder if this hole just has more room behind it. As opposed to that top one. Get out of there. Alright, so yeah, that was still that was the 12 that I apparently just took out and put right back in. There we go. Close, but okay. It does sit. I'm wondering if I should try just, well, I'm at a spot where I can easily do it. Stand by. I printed 2 different size spacers. I'm going to see if this bigger one goes in there just to give us more room. You can barely see in through the backside where just some of those little contacts would be touching, and obviously you definitely don't want anything touching there, so it doesn't look like it is, but it's hard to get a real good view. Hi, Denver. Hi. What are you doing? And we're going to go back to, I'm going to do the 12 there and a 10. No. We're going to stay with the 10s. Alright, and it's like a millimeter bigger, if that. It's not a big difference. Yeah, the top hole is definitely slightly tighter than the one over there. Oh yeah, way better. And I think I'm still going to be able to get that fan connector in there. So that's exciting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, M3 is back. Done with that. Moving on. Alright. So now we've got that guy. Hey. Ooh, heat inserts. It's been a minute. For me, not for you guys. The real world. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, I'm going to take a second, go grab our actual hot end. And I've heard like there's going to maybe be some issues with the screws. So that'll be fun to do. I don't have the accelerometer board, but I'm definitely going to prep it for that. I'll tackle that in the future, but I don't want to have to go super backwards in order to make that work. Alright, let's see if we're hot enough here. Survey, no. Oh, you know what? That's embarrassing. It's not plugged in. Whoops. This thing takes forever to heat up. Alright, now it's working. Can confirm. Let's cheat and look ahead real quick. Don't have a revo. Don't have to worry about that. Do this. Do that. So we don't use those? What? Okay, so then oh man. I sure wish I knew what I was doing. Do we not want this on there? I'm kind of getting the vibe that that needs to come off. I'm not going to take it off just yet, but I'm going to start mentally preparing myself to take it off. Oh yeah. Way easier when it's on. Okay. Done. Ooh. Let's go back to where we're supposed to be. Okay, no, we were where we supposed to be. Revo. Hot and wiring route. So, I mean, it just is not going to fit with that where it is. So, I guess we are taking this up. And I don't think my ball Allen is this short, which is convenient. Why is this so hard? Hmm. Come on. It's just like the world's smallest little screws that need to come out from the most accessible spot. Get out of there. Ha. Okay. Is it threaded into that too? Nope. Oh, it's just hitting the copper. Cool. Cool. Hmm. We'll come back to that. At least this one was easier. Alright, so that screws out. This one is just barely being held on by the copper fins. And it's out. And it's gone. Alright, so a couple M3 by 12s ready. Looks like we're just gonna go. I don't know if there's a best way to orient this. I'm guessing side to side because of the wiring, but much like what I just said, that's a guess. But if we do it in the back, it keeps the heater away from the cooling ducts, which I don't know if that matters. I guess this is also a good time to actually install those pieces. Wherever they may be. No, but seriously, where are they? All right. So I did buy a different thermistor. No, heater, hot end. Other words. But looks like I misplaced it. Ah, nope, found it. Found it. That. So we have a 50-watt hot end, and we have one of these horrible Ziploc bags. Okay. This is a different connector than what we're actually going to use. That's actually going to be a little bit of a tight fit right there. Ooh. So I set these both up to have micro fit 3s, but I don't think that's gonna. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we miscalculated there. Well. That's a doozy. What do we do about that? That lid is also not gonna shut now. Boo! Boo! I think in a revision it would be easy enough to
kind of change. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, look how close that is. It'll work. It's just close. And then there's also, 400 feet of wire. Oh, body. Let's see. I don't know. All right, stand by. All right. So we actually just went and kind of cut that nub off for the time being. And since this doesn't fit either, we're going to go ahead and take that off. And we'll just have to reprint the modified body and cover before we call this done. But not a big deal because, like I said, I want to reprint pretty much all of the pieces for this build, since these are the print it forward. No, they're not the print it forward, but it's the let me give you a bunch of money for pieces program. And I do eventually want the printer to be my printed pieces. So it's all got to be done anyways. And I knew there was going to be a revision or two to that PCB. And now knowing that, maybe I don't think there's room for a vertical connector like we have on those two, but maybe. I don't know. Hard to say. Time will tell. Later time. Get this the rest of the way out there. Alright, so the nub was just to hold the cover. We're not going to use the cover for the time being. We retained the little mounting hole just right on the edge there. So we're still good there. We should probably redo this connector while we're still here as well. I don't know how short we'll go, but definitely shorten it up. Anyways, back to what we're actually supposed to be dealing with. These microfits. And I believe, like, once you start having like JSTs, the microfits, I have a couple of like Deutsch connectors, all of these different terminals start blending together, and it's kind of tricky sometimes to figure out what's what. But I think they're these guys. Let's see if we can. Come on. There's like nothing to grab with. Push in, push down, pull out. Should be that simple. There's one. Probably out of the camera frame here, but there we go. And two. All right. Grab our strippers and our crimpers.
those guys. That is a small little wire. It wants nothing to do with these. Time to invest in some smaller wire crimpers. Strippers. Kind of feels like there's a couple strands that might have got cut off there. The smaller this stuff gets, the less fun it becomes. I doubt these are going to do the trick. Yeah, right. Ah, and I cut it. And we're wasting length that we don't have to waste. Okay. Okay-ish. Ugh. Ooh. God, I lost like half, 3/4 of an inch right there. No bueno. Oh man, that one knew what was up. What? What? Why aren't you? There you go. Good call. Okay. And where's the little tab on these? All right. Is it still going to be long enough? And what way do we decide that we're doing this? And what are we doing? Okay, so wires coming out that side. So back the thermistor set screw out. Make sure it's all the way seated. Get in there. Get in there. Alright, get that flush with that. There we go. We can tighten that down just a little. Loosen. Loosen the hot end one. Get our 40 feet of wire. Oh god. Alright. We'll center it. Center. Center-ish. Ow. There we go. Nice. Okay. I think we're going to go just a smidge longer on this one, just in case. Have grand old time cutting this fiberglass wire, so we need another micro fit. And 2 more micro fit terminals. Those are garbage, that's garbage, that's garbage. Garbage. Big heavy jacket, little tiny wire. Hey, look at that. That was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Come in here, clean up some of this. All right. It's a lot of wire for a little tiny connector. Or little tiny terminal or little tiny whatever. So actually, let's go to this bigger one at first. So, might actually need to trim some of that off. Yeah. I also don't know if I'm going to be able to get this the insulation into the connector like you're supposed to. little bit of it. Alright. Doing this like I'm left-handed. Nope. Right. And vertical like that. Ooh. I think it doesn't want to go in there because that fucking jacket doesn't fit. No! Just cut a bunch of little tiny strands of fiberglass all over the place. Take two. Come on. I believe in you. Ugh. Damn. Well, that's... Kind of get these ears to stick out a little further too. They're pretty... pretty pushed in. Nice. There we go. Just click. Yay. Okay, one's in. Trying to grab just the back of that connector, or the terminal, not the... There we go. Alright. Okay. Good bit longer, but not a huge problem. Let's clean up this mess. Alright. So now, with that like that, that like that, like that, like, and like that, like that, yeah, like that. Yeah. Both of those don't feel like they're pinched. Okay. So now these 12s go in. there, and there. That's, yeah, it's not the right one. I don't know why. Why that one's not catching anything. Hmm. So those two, yeah, it's a 3x12, and it just barely sticks out of the back. I think I'm gonna switch. Get out of there. Come on. I'm gonna put some 3x14s in there just for peace of mind. Not even peace of mind, it's so that it fits. Let's get these started and then we'll... Oh yeah. Alright, I like that. Snug that up. Next screen, page, next page, 3x8s. I should have tested that first because I remember being skeptical. I still am. The 3x8 doesn't even fit in the... Okay, I think that's the Revo. That's just Revo talk. It's not Dragon talk. This is the high flow from... Or it's a Dragon high flow. Which I'm on the... I don't know. I just picked it. Bigger seems better. And then the more I've just read and come across, I feel like maybe that's not what I should have done, but I'm trying not to let that get into my head before it... Don't make it a problem before it actually is a problem. This is all just by feel too. You can't see anything up in there to actually see if it's... There it goes. All right. 3 for 3. which means number 4 is going to be a utter nightmare. Hey, look at that. Snug these all down. Come on. Come on. Nice. Nice. Alright, so we'll save that little guy, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy. Put the nozzle back in before we lose it. I'll try and put the nozzle back in before we lose it. Booty back on. Nice. All right. Grr. Clean some of this out of the way.
Next, PTFE
Tube. So.
Oh man, that's tight.
Feel like we should have put that in first. So there's a... Oh. Man. Like, nothing to get any grip on, and it's... Alright, so we're actually gonna loosen some of these back up. Come on. Alright. Alright, so it feels like that was in there about all the way. Alright, I can feel it bottom out now. Now we can tighten this back up. Now we can try and tighten this back up. There we go. Alright. I don't have a flush PTFE cutter. Maybe I should. It doesn't change the fact that I don't right now, though. So 11 millimeters. This is gonna be tricky. is 11 millimeters. Don't watch. Just gonna try and be as flush as possible. I was done with that anyways. Put those away. Let's get these put away. Number 14. $11.09. This is gonna have to work because I'm not trying to cut off 0.09. Okay, just kind of got it not resized. Oh, we already did all this. Flashback. Oh god. Okay, look at that. We're going back to having a printer, which means we're just gonna have to move everything off to the side there. Move you, move you. I don't even know why you're up here. You can move. Let's switch real quick to. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Bear with me. Close enough. Close enough for what we're doing. Alrighty. Dare I even try bringing the close-up camera over? Do I feel like being frustrated? You know, I also wanted to do this harness reduction first. Because once it's on there, that's a no. Come on. Alright, so I think I'm going to actually try and go up, over, and then there. Just to have a little slack in the future. Let's see if I can save this connector. I've got more, if not. Nope, lost interest in it. And I think these ones, I do believe, are these guys. Short little guys. I'm going to regret putting it on that towel. Or cloth, or, you know. Hmm. Hmm. God damn it, that was fucking stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid. Start over. Okay. There we go. Nice. And it's gone. And it's gone. One down. Two. Come on, either one of you. Alright, and I know there's no standard to color connectors, but I am going to match what this came. Making can change it on the board side. Oops, wait, uh-oh. That's not the right connector. Those all wrong? Interesting. Oh, right. All right. Red first. And green. Yellow. Okay. I didn't get the super satisfying click on that one, but it's in and it's not coming out. Blue. Nice. So then we just need the world's smallest little fingers. I probably should have done this the other way, but there's no chance in hell that I'm redoing it now. Get in there. All right. Well, for now, maybe I'll take the board. Ah. Ah. You okay? Okay. Throw that in the safe pile. Boom. Disaster avoided. Not disaster, but extra work we didn't know about. All right. And then this stupid thing. Hmm. It's making some weird. I don't know if you can pick that up or not. All right. Okay. I hate everything about this camera. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So I guess it's time to finally do something with our leftover belts. I don't know how much to save. If that's too much, I don't know what to do with all of it. I know you're not supposed to cut it flush. I think in a midst of panic, I'm going to cut them equal lengths on both sides. And then, I don't know. Oh, look at that. Tuck it back in on itself. Can I do that to this side now? Ho ho ho. Nice. I think that's where the wires are supposed to go, but I'm almost thinking, yep. Oh, yeah. Ho ho ho. Okay, now I'll go through real quick. I'm pretty sure I snugged these all up last time, but just to make sure. I don't remember if these are still supposed to be loose. They are, very much so. So hopefully. Alright, install your probe. We're not doing the probe. Install this onto there. Like what? I don't know what. I don't. Are we supposed to have heat inserts in there? Were we supposed to put those in there at some point? Because. Oh, okay, another issue. Oh. Super duper. Okay, so a couple issues running into, just some clearance stuff. Let's get this guy backed out real quick. I think we're going to try and run a shorter screw in here. We got plenty of spares now, so we can play around with that. It's sticking out this side, and it's not even tight, so I don't see why we can't go something a little shorter. But our stupid camera. So that slides down, and our board is get out of here. Definitely hitting right there. Definitely hitting. So what to do about that? First things first. I am going to unsolder that back extruder motor connector. That we just worked so hard to get in place. And now it's going to have to go to the front, and then I'm just really going to hope that I left myself enough wiring. Whoops. Which I'm pretty sure I did. I don't like pulling on wires on these connectors. That's why I'm fussing with that. Okay. Power supply down. So this is going to be hard because I can't get all of these hot at once. At least not enough to... I do have some copper wicking stuff if I need to try and pull the solder out, but oh no. Okay, maybe that's not the worst thing. So these pins are actually just pushing straight through the connector, which seems bad. But if I could just grab this with something. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Mighty fun twist of events. There's one. Oh. You can't live there. Okay. Two gone. It's like 90% of the way up. Come on. Ah, well, that's one way of that working. Alright, so now we just need to get the solder out of those 4 holes. That way we can put a new connector on. It's like the never-ending cam adjustment. Ooh. Let me find some of my other soldering goodies. Oh man, I definitely keep bumping up against that connector too. Still not all the way through. I think one cleared up, but one is definitely good. The rest are not yet. See if we can't kind of fray this a little bit. Oh, we got 2 cleared up there? Yeah. 2 down. Three. Last but not least. Oh, yeah, look at that big old blob of fucking crap. God dang it. Yeah, it's gonna smell for a while. Definitely. Oh, I think we're almost. There we go. Whoa, man, what a cluster. What a cluster. Alright, so now if I go. New connector on. I'm almost wondering if I should leave it a little bit raised right now and just try and get it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I did leave it come on. I left the connector a little bit off the board. That way I could solder it super flush on the backside, and you can see the solder came through and is underneath, so it's super good connection. And that way, when we're trying to actually sit on the... now you can't see anything because I've moved you 6 times. Alright, let me get this put away real quick. Everything's all over the place. Let go of me. Let go of me. Wick. Alright. quick cleanup before everything gets out of hand. Alright. Okay, so we're back over to here. Everything's in the way as usual. As is tradition. Alright. So even without those there, we still have just a super small clearance issue. Let's see. Huh. Okay, well, I mean, that works. It works. These need to go up through there, and out through there. And then they're okay right there. Those are, yep, those are not being pinched there. Okay. So back to my previous question. Those are supposed to have heat inserts in them. And did I just... It shows them there, it shows them there. Yes, right there. I don't know, definitely missed that somehow at some point. Whoops. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Everything's fine. This is okay. This is what we planned for. Kind of. Ish. Give this soldering iron another second to warm up. Oop, oop, oop. That was done. I definitely like doing those more on the desk rather than trying to crawl through an enclosure to do it, or enclosure frame. But no big deal. NBD. Those two are going. So real quick, well, I like to let those cool all the way down before we do anything crazy. Let's do a clicky connector, and we'll do it at about that length. And that should give us plenty down the road. And it's a 2-pin straight. I need to make like a little cheat sheet just with all these different terminals. So hot. Alright, get these 2 connectors on there. It's like not only do you get to build a super cool printer, but you get to learn and refine a bunch of little skills. Like crimping and soldering, if that's not your forte like me. Following instructions. Come on. Like as soon as I said like, oh, you'll learn new skills, I sit here and can't get it. For real? For real, for real? Get out of here. Go home, terminal, you're drunk. Nope, I don't even want to use that one anymore. All that for nothing. And these don't matter on polarity, so in it goes. Nice click. Yeah, the clicky connectors click. Anyways, no more jokes. Wonderful. Get that tucked back in there. Okay. Now this. Okay. Couple of. I gotta scroll back to the right page we were on. M3x8s. Nope. Let's see why it's not. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Nope, wrong way. Come on. Why don't you want to go in? Through the access hole into the back. Okay. That one's in. Keep bumping that camera. Hmm. What? So it doesn't want to go in. It doesn't want to go out. Uh. This is classic. Not the right tool for the job, but yeah. Alright, well, I guess we'll just take this one off. Take this one back out. Don't know where that went. One more time. One more again. Like, it's pretty well lined up. I don't know why we're getting so much trouble. Oh. Maybe the issue is that oh, I see. Please hold. There's a little booger in there that's keeping the bolt from seating all the way, the head of the bolt. probably from when I trimmed off that ear. I don't, maybe. There we go. Oh, now it's. Make sure those are good still. Voila. Oh, no voila. Yeah, hopefully I have an extra. Oh, now you're gonna be a explicit word. Oh. Back to the real. It didn't feel as tight as it sounded, just in case anyone's wondering. So now we can go like that. You got it. Okay. I thought I crimped those wires around. So we'll probably actually, well, I don't know. Who knows? Nobody, oh, you can't even see. You're just. Oh, look at that. It's like not even in focus. Classic. Ugh. Alright, next step. This guy. So it looks like we kind of just put it up on there, and it's actually only held in place with the M50s. Looks like the PTFT kind of holds it in there ever so slightly. And then, okay, so now though, hold on. Alright, so why don't you want to plug in? There you go. Thank you. So those are definitely a little on the long side. Hot end wires. Just a smidge. Okay. I don't remember which fan is which, so that's also exciting. Let's see. One has a black and red wire. It's got like a little bit of a trace on it. So the trace one is the parts cooling fan, which is the top one. Like the whole time I was like doing like the research and the design, and like I said, I made the PCB and did all that before I'd ever actually seen the printer and I always just envisioned more room to work, which is obviously not the case. Hmm. What? Okay. All right. Right there. Go ahead. God, didn't. Huh. So I think. Oh. Hmm. But. Ah, okay, super cool. Now there's not enough room to get the fan connector through. Ay, ay, ay.
We're almost there.
Hmm.
So.
Get out of there.
What? You're right there. What's stopping you? You made it. Just go the rest of the. Oh man.
Well,
Ah, yeah, what was so hard about that? Sheesh. All right, cool. So I wanted to make a PCB. I did. It theoretically works, and I think it's time to go with the mainstream option that.
no.
Huh. Now I'm also pushing a connector out.
Okay, so that's fixed.
No, I did. Put a little piece of tape on it thinking that would help, and I no longer think that. Okay, but let's see.
What did I say? Parts.
Part fan is on the top. That's you. Oh, man, if I would have thought that plugging these little terminals in.
Is it? Like, I low key feel like it's not 100% the right. Now I bent. The terminals inside the. It's in.
It's in. It's in as well. Don't move. Now we just gotta like do this balancing act of getting everything situated, tucked in, properly aligned. Oh, that's not properly aligned. That's the opposite of properly aligned. What are you doing? Um, 3 by 25, which I'm gonna have to let go of for a second. Don't move. Alright. No wire sticking out, nothing's pinched that we can see. Where's my other 50 and 3 by 50? Ah. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. Not good. So this bottom piece actually wasn't in, and the screws were pushing. There we go. Much better. Well, look at that, would ya? Would you just look at it? I mean, don't look at like this. Whatever the hell this all is. Ugh. Hmm. All right. And now we can jump back to the 2.4 manual. Actually, I'm going to end this one here because I think it was probably 2 hours on the previous one and then 2.5 hours now. I can't believe that's 2.5 hours. So yeah, go ahead and end this one and just start a new one. I'm going to keep going, but just for the sake of not having a 20-hour video. So, see you in a minute.